Hey, what's up, you plant kids? This is Neil, your Pinoy Plantito, and today we'll be talking about one of my favorite plants, the pothos. So, pothos may be one of the most common plants, but I love them. They are actually one of my favorite plants, and I guess a lot of us here too loves photos, right? But it took me some time to make a video about pothos because I was thinking, what is there not to know about pothos? Pothos are some of the easiest to care for plants. They are very highly adaptable that can survive in a variety of conditions, and it's just basically hard to kill a pothos. So that if you are struggling with pothos, I will really question what kind of thumb you have. It's not just a block thumb. It takes more than just a block thumb to kill a pothos, guys. You must have a peach dark thumb to do that. All right, so this is going to be a two-part series, guys, because as much as possible, I will try to cover a lot about pothos, and I think I can't do that in just one sitting. So, yeah, two-part series. We go. First, I'll be sharing to you some facts about pothos. Up next, I'll be introducing you to some of the varieties of pothos, and then we will dive into the plant care tips and techniques. After that, I'll try to rank the varieties of pothos according to the level of difficulty in caring for them. And then we will have the rare index for the varieties of pothos. And lastly, I'll be introducing you to the hottest upcoming varieties of pothos that is going to invade the market pretty soon. So all that and more coming your way in just a bit, only here in Pinoy Plantito. So briefly, guys, let's talk about the pothos. So just a quick background about these plants, guys. Pothos belong to the species Epiprimnum aureum. So it's very much related to all the epiprimnums like Epiprimnum pinnatums and Epiprimnum falcifoliums and all these epiprimnums. And the funny thing is that pothos are not actually pothos because there is actually a separate group of plants called pothos, like this. I'm not pretty sure why they used to be called pothos. Either these plants used to be classified as pothos and then later reclassified, but somehow it stick to the tongue of a lot of people. Even myself, I still call them pothos up to this day because, well, for convenience, well, let's admit it, it's easier to call them pothos rather than Epiprimnum aureum marble queen or Epiprimnum aureum golden pothos. Epiprimnum aureum golden or neon or jade. Pothos are some of the most amazing house plants. I told you they are very easy to care for. They're very adaptable to a variety of conditions. And if you ask anyone who's been with plants for some time to give a recommendation for the easiest plants for a beginner, pothos will definitely take the top spot for me. You see, it shares that spot with snake plants and other easy to care for plants. But for me, pothos are still the easiest ones to take care of because you can kill a snake plant by overwatering it, but not pothos. Because pothos, I found them growing wildly in the ditch, in canals, and just basically everywhere. And they can even be invasive at times. Now let's go to the varieties of pothos. The color of pothos ranges from very dark green like this jade pothos to light green or neon green like this neon pothos, and yellowish like this Hawaiian golden pothos or the giant golden pothos, and chartreuse like this Gisenia, and to whitish marbled variegation like this marble queen, enjoy. The newer varieties have the combination of these different colors, but mostly the color varieties of pothos ranges from dark green, neon, yellow, chartreuse, and whitish variegations. The leaf shape can be just a regular oblongated leaf shape like the golden pothos, and most of them are like that, to the rounder leaves like the manjula, and the crumpled leaves like the sleeping pothos, like this. Pothos are excellent hanging plants, and you can have them trailing like this, reverted golden pothos. Or since they are also climbing plants, you can pull them up and have them rise to the top like this Hawaiian golden pothos. And this Yesenia, and this jade pothos is pulled up as well, and also this neon pothos. Or you can just have them look lush like this, but eventually you have to cut them because they will crawl or trail. So before diving deeper into plant care tips and techniques for pothos, let's first meet some of the varieties of pothos I have here in my backyard. A lot of the pothos I have already attached to my pothos tree, and I don't want to take them from there just so I can flex them to you. But anyway, we will have a quick tour naming the different varieties of pothos, those that we can find here in this table, as well as those that we can find in my pothos tree. So I'm proud to introduce you some of the varieties of pothos that you can see here in the Tropiscape. So here on the table, guys, we have these giant pothos, which I propagated 2 weeks ago from my pothos tree. Here's Yesenia and Hawaiian golden pothos with its lovely color and unique variegation. Here's a reverted manjula, Pothos Enjoy, sleeping pothos, giant neon pothos, jade pothos, neon pothos, and of course marble queen. So this is our pothos tree. We have here not just pothos, guys, but a lot of plants. We have Syndapsus. Here's my Syndapsus silver. I actually don't know the correct names of these guys. And here is there's also a lot of epiprimnums here. This is my epiprimnum camouflage, and it's already climbing the tree. It's another epiprimnum mint. And we have also here golden pothos, and this one is already a giant golden pothos. There is no such thing as giant pothos, guys. It's just that if you let them climb onto something like a tree or a pole, then eventually if they mature and they have enough sustenance, they can become giants. So that's specifically the reason why I put a lot of pothos in this tree, so they can have giant leaves. So this one is another giant in the making. This is a marble queen pothos, and it's looking amazing. It's exposed to very bright light. That's why it looks now like a snow queen. All right, let's check. Here we have also philodendron micans already up there. And this is some weird looking plant. I don't know. Looks like an anthurium, but not really. We have here also some nice looking epiprimnum. Here's a silver lady, moonlight trebi, and silvery Ann.
And we have also here Pink Princess. What else do we got here? More Epipremnums. This is Epipremnum Amplicium Blue. And some we have this fern and really nice looking Philodendron Brazil and neon heart leaf, and that's it. Look at the life here.
Let's dive into the plant care for Pothos, guys. So basically, it's so easy to care for Pothos, and you wouldn't really find it hard to take care of them. In the range of difficulty, I would say that about 95% of all Pothos are so easy to take care of. However, there are hybrids of Pothos that are not so easy to take care of as compared to the rest of the. Give you an example. For example, Manjula, when it's newly propagated from a cutting, it is very important for Manjulas to have a well-draining soil and not to be overwatered, as they are very prone to root rot, as well as the sleeping Pothos. These are unlike any other Pothos that are relentless growers. Manjula and sleeping Pothos, I would probably put them on the slower growers among the Pothos varieties. The good thing is that once they have jump start their growth, they can be also fast growers. Now let's go to the plant care of Pothos. First, let's go to lighting. Basically, the lighting requirements for most Pothos is medium to bright indirect light. Okay, so take a look at your Pothos. If your Pothos have variegation or has bright color like neon Pothos or the Marble Queen or the Golden Pothos or Yesenia, and all those variegated Pothos, they will need brighter indirect light as compared to the others. And if your Pothos has just like dark green color like the jade, they can tolerate low lighting. So just take a look what variety of Pothos you have, and basically they will tell you what kind of lighting they would require to thrive. Now let's go to soil mix, guys. The truth is, almost all of my Pothos are just planted in regular soil that I just took from the garden. So it's not like a regular soil mix, and they look amazing. So I would say that Pothos are some of the most adaptable plants when it comes to soil mix. They don't really require you to have this aroid mix or whatever materials be put in the soil. They can survive. However, I would still recommend, for the sake of having lush, healthy, and fast-growing Pothos, to plant your Pothos in a well-draining soil that's rich in organic matter. So an ideal mix for me would be composed of maybe 30 to 40% regular soil, acacia leaves, charcoal, and carbonized rice hull. That would be already really great for your Pothos. When it comes to watering, guys, Pothos are also very adaptable. You can actually overwater them, and there will be no problem with that. But of course, it's a case-to-case basis, depending on the type of soil that you have. Because if you have a soil that holds too much water, still some Pothos will be susceptible to root rot, and that happened to me as well. Like this giant neon Pothos, it suffered from root rot back then. I'm glad it's doing well now. But basically, they're very resistant to overwatering. And the reason for that is because the Pothos, since they are, especially if they're climbing on something or on a tree, they are not 100% dependent on the nutrients that they get from the soil or the bad condition in the soil, because they have aerial roots that is attached somewhere where they can get food for themselves. So they are a semi-epiphyte, so they get their nutrients not just from where they are planted, but where they are crawling, and some of the epiphytes can even get nutrients from the air. So that is one of the most amazing thing about Pothos. Probably one of the main reason why they are such relentless growers and survivors in the plant kingdom. Now let's not talk about humidity, guys, because Pothos can tolerate low humidity and high humidity as well. But I think providing with them with a higher humidity would propel their growth. In my place here at the Tropiscape, I have very high humidity, so the Pothos here are doing so well because I have a jungle environment. And that's about it for our part 1 of this Pothos video. So watch out for our next video, where we'll be talking about the rare index for Pothos, as well as some of the hottest new varieties that's going to invade the market pretty soon. So this has been Neil, your Pinoy Plantito, and I hope to see you again next time. Happy weekend, everyone.